God story. Okay, now that all the stories about the venue are done, I'm just going to tell you some, I don't know, just, they seem simple, but they touch my heart. Okay, so I had told you about the rock that had the word grace painted on it that made me want to paint rocks and give them away at the venue. Sometimes God has you give away your most cherished, I guess, possessions. So there was a woman who went to our church who, I don't know, at some little woman's party thing, I got to know. And I don't know how to, I would say it was pretty obvious she had problems in her life and had gone through a lot. So, kind of started to be friends, even though it wasn't someone I would typically be friends with. Went over to her house or her trailer and saw it was a complete disorganized mess to the level that I wouldn't typically even sit down. I hate to say that, but everything was sticky and messy, and I had actually had some of her kids in my classes, and not knowing that at the time, and they're feeding them ice cream or whatever they could scrounge up. Seemed, poor, dirty, poverty, and lack of care, or had some mental disabilities is what I'm going to say. I don't know, lower cognitive functioning due to how she was raised. I come to find out. She was very open with what had happened to her when she was younger, and there was a lot of abuse and terrible, terrible things, which made me see it led her to where she is now. So anyways, got to be friends, and sometimes we go out to lunch or something. And then she had moved and was getting divorced from her husband. She was in a new apartment, had a new boyfriend. Same kind of thing was starting to happen in the apartment again, and you could kind of see how she lived in general. And God tells me, I want you to give her this rock. And they also didn't have money for Christmas, so our family all got presents, wrapped them up, donated things so they could have a family Christmas. So I was bringing these things over, and God asked me to give away this rock that, in all honesty, I would have given away a house over this rock for what it represented. Teared me up a lot. But he asked me to give away the rock. So I always want to do what he says. So I figured this rock could maybe really bless her or something. I don't know. He can do things I don't even understand. He always has 3 reasons for doing things, and I think one of them was me to see if I could let go and there'd be something even better. Something even better. I wanted him to trust me. I want to go deeper in the Lord. There is so much to know about him and do with him, and I just want him to know that I can be a trusted servant. So I gave the rock away, and and then I just let go of that, and because God brought us into this world without anything, and we're going to leave without anything, and it's the things I can store up in my heart and the relationship with him. So I gave away the rock, And he's done stuff like that a couple times. One other time, my mom had passed away. I'd told that in a early video, and she was very young, and so I was still kind of young, and I had a pair of her mittens. Just a pair of her mittens. And I told you I'm a teacher, and I'm at a school with some poverty, and the freezing cold day, and there's kids with nothing. And God asked me to give her my mittens. My mom's mittens. And they're just things. They are just things. They are not my mom. I will have the memory of my mom. But, again, I just wanted to follow what he said, and I gave away the mittens. I love him more. I guess more than my mom, and we're supposed to put him first, so I gave away the mittens. Okay, there you go. Thanks.